just
Dude,
so full of enthusiasm.
the enthusiasm is just honestly top
It's off
tier.
the charts today, brah.
I don't think they have a way of measuring that level of enthusiasm.
I believe it's a Richter scale, and it would be off the charts, which is not good.
It's like Godzilla 20.0. That's how,
Woo! Just fucking.
Tokyo's underwater,
That's Godzilla's like power pose when he just like.
and then it blasts out
Yeah.
vertically, and then Mothra, and then
So cool. Well, in the last one, yeah, dude, did you see the most recent one?
I didn't finish watching it.
Oh, dude, it's so good. They team up with Mothra.
I'm gonna finish watching it. I got Max.
King
again.
Kong gets a fucking infinity gauntlet, and he does rocket punches. It's so cool. Welcome, everybody, to our spoiler-free. Well, that was definitely spoilers.
Big spoilies.
Big spoilies right off the rip in episode 73. You knew what you were getting into when you clicked on the link. So,
Spoilers?
honest opinions about things.
Oh, we do that.
Yeah, exactly.
We do
We're
that
saying
here.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Man, it is officially, well, I mean, it was October when you guys listened to last week's episode, but like in real time, it's officially October, and it is finally spooky season, and your boy has his seasonal depression has kicked in because now it gets really dark really early. So, we're happy to be here, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Episode 73. As always, we are the Midwest Sad Boys. We're so glad that you're here. If this is your first episode, welcome. If this is your 73rd episode, thanks for coming back. I'm Jim.
And I'm Jason.
And you said we have quite a few stories to talk about tonight.
Dude, we got some things. We've got some things.
Real quick, let's just get it out of the way.
Oh, let's do it.
Posture check, quick stretch. Ooh, yeah. Everybody, you're sitting at your desk. It's a crisp Wednesday morning. Make sure you get your posture in line, get your shoulders back.
Threw my back out doing a posture check.
Yeah, but don't posture check that hard.
I checked way too hard.
You can't check that hard, my guy. Of course, we are always drinking water here on the Midwest Sad Boys podcast. And if you don't like the place of Taden water, the taste of plain water, visit the boys over at w.gg. Use code SADBOYS at checkout. Get 10% off your order. Make your plain water taste better. I promise if you drink water and stop drinking sugar, you'll feel better. That's your Jim no money back guarantee.
Feel more better. I love when he offers a money back guarantee because honestly, I never get it back.
Yeah, well, I said it was a no money back guarantee.
Right.
I'm not lying.
We're saying the
You're
same
not
thing.
getting any money back on this guarantee.
It's also never really wrong.
Thanks. You should tell that to Megan. I'm never wrong. Do you hear that right here for folks?
I mean, how can you be wrong when you look like that?
Shut up. Don't even start. Don't even start.
You said seasonal depression.
We are 3 minutes into this episode.
I have to kick it up to 150% compliments here. Okay?
Dang, 150% compliments.
Yeah,
That's
it may be fall, but it feels like summer sitting next to you. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's that big studio light. Don't
mean,
let him
I'm
lie to you, folks.
Wow.
We have too many lights in the studio, and it gets very warm. At the end of this episode, my pit's moist.
That's how you get so well lit on this episode, you know?
Oh, we get litty, brah.
I mean, I am sitting next to you. It's just radiating brightness. And
This fucking guy. All right. All right.
3 for 3.
I'm
Good to go.
convinced that there are some of our listeners who definitely think we're in a relationship that our wives don't know about.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Anyhow.
All right, so I have to jump
For
into
real,
something. I have to jump into something because last week we talked about Nintendo suing Palworld,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So that night,
So last Wednesday.
that last Wednesday,
Right.
Derek was like, "Hey, it dropped on PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. Palworld. Mhm.
Yeah, like you want to download it."
Ooh.
So we split it.
Yeah.
Game share, so $15 each, whatever.
Money.
And we've been playing Palworld almost nonstop.
So tell me about Pokemon with guns.
Dude, honestly, this is from somebody who has a whole arm of Pokemon and multiple other Pokemon tattoos. I love Pokemon, right?
Wouldn't have guessed.
I thought I made it obvious. I wish that Pokemon made a game this good.
Yeah, right. Like the last couple Pokemon games have been kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
And It just really goes to show when you kind of break out of the formula and just be like, we're going to make a fun ass video game instead of we're making a Pokemon game, and you stick to the mold. You create 150 new creature things, and you go to this town, you fight this gym, you go to that town, you fight this gym, you fight all the gyms, you go to the Elite Four, you win. Oh, cool. So it's the same game I've been playing since I was 12. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's my $60, you fucks. I'll play it.
So here's my thoughts like a weekend. There's literally no storyline at all.
It's just open world, no story.
Yeah, but like I am nonstop wanting to play Palworld.
Right.
So here's the overall of what we do when I get on there, right?
Real quick, isn't there like towers and stuff that you can like go to and like fight bosses and unlock like more parts of the map?
Yeah,
Very Far Cry style?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
the thing is, you don't even have to fight them. You can just explore the map and unlock like waypoints essentially, and you can fast travel in between them.
Ooh, okay.
But you know, those certain areas might be higher level, so you might get rocked when you go there if you're super under.
There's just an Onyx that, a copyright-free Onyx that just tail slaps you when you get there.
Rock tail, whatever you want to call it.
Rock boulder monster thing.
So we have you start out with a base, right? And then yes, there are pals that have weapons, but a lot of them they just are like regular monsters, pocket monster, you know. So like you have a team of 5 instead of 6, you know.
Oh,
right?
you copy. You got it. Yeah, can't copy too hard.
Right, can't copy too hard.
You got to throw those spheres, not balls.
Yeah, pal spheres. Yep. And what's crazy is like, there are so many similarities.
I mean, like honestly, I kind of understand the lawsuit, but also fuck you, Nintendo.
I get it, dude. But like, so like we've been like building up our base. We've got these pals that are like constantly doing work. Like they're
that's right, because you can put them to work like slavery.
No, I mean like a production line.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
One's legal.
We're saying the same thing.
But, you know, so like I have one who's over here, you know, getting rocks, one who's like chopping trees for wood, some that are like mining like the ore so we can make weapons and stuff. And you have ones that are like making food or fruit or gardening. Yeah. And then like, so like you can make it all super efficient. So like, hey, I want to upgrade this weapon. Cool. I already have all the materials because I have this team building things up, right? But like you could spend hours just doing that, leveling up your base, unlocking new things. So like it's kind of like Animal Crossing in that sense. But then you have like the Pokemon type aspect where you can go around and battle. It's very similar to Pokemon Legends Arceus for anyone who has played it.
That's like the 3D sort of one, right? Where you can like fly around.
Open world, yeah. But the difference is that it's not, 30 frames a second. And there's more than 2 areas in the entire game.
Ooh.
The map is absolutely massive.
I've heard that it is a very large map as well, yes.
Dude, it took me 6 minutes to travel to Sean last night when we were playing. And that's not
6 whole minutes, guys.
Dude, that's not even the bottom quarter of the map.
I believe it.
It's insane. But there's so much that you can do. You can do it all together with friends, which is great. So like it definitely is like Animal Crossing meets Pokemon. There's another game called Immortals Phoenix Rising. Like the graphics, the visuals, the combat, everything is like directly ripped off from that game.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so there's a lot to it. And while I 100% believe Pokemon will win their lawsuit,
unfortunate.
I just want them to be like, hey, we're going to slap you with a fine for stealing our stuff, right? Yeah. But if you change the method in which you capture and maybe alter the designs a little bit more, then you can continue running the game. Because I have had, like I said, I've had way more fun playing this game than I have any Pokemon game in like 4 years.
But you know what doesn't put money in Nintendo's pocket? You buying Palworld. So like, I agree. It would be super, super cash money of Nintendo to not be assholes. But like, let's be real. They're trying to get that bag.
Nintendo has the money.
Oh yeah, they already got the bag, but they're trying to get a bigger bag.
But here's my thought. I don't know what the company who makes Palworld is worth, but like, they should just buy that company.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. You know what? You can't steal our property if we own you. So
Right.
now you're our property.
So then it's just like a side quest of Pokemon called Palworld, right? Like they wouldn't have to change anything. They own all the rights. They get all the money anyway. Nobody has to change the game. It's not Pokemon. So like it doesn't affect that IP, right? But they could still have the game run and then make the money off of it.
Do agree. However,
Won't happen.
yeah. Pokemon with guns does not fall under the Nintendo umbrella of like family friendly cute monsters, and we have Mario.
Well,
and
that's why it's not a Pokemon or a Nintendo thing.
I agree, but if Nintendo owns them, it falls under Nintendo's umbrella. It'd be no different. You know, it was. How do I phrase this? It is. I mean, they made it work, but it was the same initial fear when, you know, Disney bought Marvel and it was like, oh, well, cool. Now Deadpool's going to be trash because they're not going to put out an R-rated Marvel movie because Disney doesn't want that. And then look, they put out 3 R-rated movies and they all fucking crushed it. So I agree. Would be cool. Let's be real. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Debbie Downer. That's me.
Yeah, I will be interested to see how it plays out, but until then will continue to enjoy the shit out of Palworld.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. Just keep playing it until they shut it down.
It's real good.
So I also obtained a new game recently.
Oh yeah.
Instead of starting my own business, I just bought a trading card store simulator game for $10. So now I own a card shop, a virtual card shop, and I like run the cash register and I ring people out buying these little fake ass Pokemon cards. They're not Pokemon cards, but they're packs of cards, and you can open them and collect the cool cards. And you could put them in a little case and put them for sale, and you buy the boxes of product and you put them on the shelf. It's like retail to simulator. You know, it's like going to my real job that I used to have that I hated and got paid real money to do, and now instead I sit at home.
What is this game called?
TCG Shop Simulator. It's honestly, it's super fucking addicting because you get to open packs of cards without spending real money. And it even does like the shoo, 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 shoo. And if you get a good one, it's like bring, and it like flashes on your screen and it tells you, air quote, how much fake money the card is worth. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but honestly, sometimes you just want to turn your brain off for like 45 minutes. And sitting behind a cash register ringing out fake customers kind of scratches the itch.
I see it. I mean,
it's great. You can also hire people to do it for you, and you just be the boss. And then, like, it's just very fun.
There's also
grocery store,
a tycoon version of it. TCG Card Shop Tycoon Simulator. I see the one you were talking about.
Yeah, it's on the computer, not on the mobile.
Right. But
that's pretty cool. Don't tell me that because then I'll download it and then I won't get anything done at work.
I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna play it at work tomorrow. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah. Hopefully your boss doesn't get mad at you for playing it on the job, dude, or on the clock.
He won't know. I got VPN.
Your boss is kind of an ass. I'm kidding.
Vacation
you
time's
should
good.
Fuck your boss.
Stop it.
I mean, is it sexual harassment if you like fool around with your boss? I mean, who you gonna call? HR? Who's your boss gonna call? HR? You are HR.
What if Taylor was HR?
Ooh, you should sleep. You should sleep with the lady in HR.
Well, I mean,
hey
man.
Yeah, you ended up with a kid, so. But yeah, so I've been playing trading card shop simulator game the past couple of days, probably 25-30 minutes before I go to bed.
So you're just like, let me just unwind from work today with a game that resembles work.
Yeah, but
that's way more fun than what I do at work.
But when the customer rolls up to the counter and they buy 1 pack of cards for $2, I can say what I really want to say and not get in trouble. Unlike when I used to work at a real physical retail shop and I couldn't say the things I wanted to say. So it's very cathartic. And then there's also like, this is ridiculous, but there's like, you know, like the astigmatism, the stigma of card player or tabletop card player, people being very stinky.
Oh yeah, neckbeards.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they come into your store and they smell and you have to spray them with deodorant or they make your other customers run away. It's pretty on the nose. It's pretty funny. You can buy like all kinds of like little plushies and figurines and books and different rarities of card packs and boxes and blah, 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 blah. And you can design your shop. You can put the shelves on the wall. You can reorganize the tables for your customers to come sit down and play your games at. It's a very turn your brain off for like 30 minutes a day, even if you are pretending to be at work. But like, it's
we should
just
open a real card shop, Jim.
We don't have the capital to do that because I see what it takes in the fake game. I don't think we have that in real life.
That's what business loans are for.
Brother, I'm trying to get out of debt. I ain't trying to get further into debt.
Dude, if you're not just getting further into debt with your friend, then what are you even doing?
Yeah, I mean, like, really, just who, honestly, hear me out, chat, hear me out. Just take out business loans, start a fake business, run away with the money, do whatever you want, and then just off yourself. Because, like, at the end of it all, you can't pay the loans back.
I thought you were going to say file bankruptcy.
Well, I mean, you could do that, but, like, also not worth. Because, like, you still have to, like, go to court and, like, go to work every day. But if you just off yourself at the end, it's not your problem anymore. And that was like, it's like free money. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Can you tell that the seasonal depression has kicked in for Jim?
Oh, man.
Dude, so remember that hike we did the other day?
Brother, my feet are still recovering from that. I was actually going to ask you to inform. I see a Band-Aid. So, I was going to tell you to tell everybody out in podcast land how you dodged a size 18 bullet.
Dude, well, first, like, look at this. So, like, there's like a thing there.
From the back of the boot.
Yeah. And, like, look at that, dude.
Holy cow.
Dude.
Dog, that is.
Yeah.
Woo.
So, I worked at a metal framing factory 17 years ago.
Go back to like episode 4 when we talked about a previous job. I think you mentioned it there.
Yeah. So I still had these like boots from working there, and the internet said, yeah, those boots are probably really good for hiking because they're like sturdy, they have support, all that kind of stuff. That may absolutely be the case.
I feel like probably 5-6 years ago, yes.
If they weren't probably dry rotted from being 17 years old.
So this past weekend, we went and put in 5 miles on the trails to get ready for 5 miles in the mountains, you know, because we're coming up on our big trip. So we've been trying to like push ourselves to go further and further each time because we're going to do 2 5-mile hikes in one day on our trip to go to 2 different photo spots. Y'all, the photos, you are not fucking ready for how good these photos are going to be. Good. Anyhow, so we've been trying to like push ourselves to get really log some miles in, and Scoutmaster Jason over here, he's gonna really need some experience being in the woods too. So yeah, we've been
yeah, I mean, and realistically, like every hike we've done so far, I have not been sore the next day. So I've been fine, but this time because of those boots, my legs got wrecked. My feet got wrecked. I got scabs and blisters all over them.
He does have a couple Band-Aids on, so like he is not making it up.
Yeah,
I can confirm.
Yeah, massive heel blister on that
dude,
side.
That one has to suck.
It doesn't hurt as bad right now, but it was rough for like 2 days. But so I ordered some more shoes, some more Nobles that have a great traction on the bottom. But either way, I've got it taken care of. I'm glad we didn't figure this out in Scotland, in the Highlands.
Dude, imagine if you would have wasted so much suitcase space on those gigantic boots, and then we get there, and then they're trash, and then we have to scramble to find 18 size shoe.
It just wouldn't happen.
Oh, yeah, you'd just be rocking some Crocs.
Everyone in Scotland would be like, what do you mean, 18?
Sir, we don't even count that high here.
Yeah, it's just what in UK it'd be like what 43 or something like that.
Yeah, right. Can I get can I get a UK 43?
Yeah.
I have to look at the tags now to see what the conversion ratio
I want to find out. But it was a rough hike because of that. But outside of it, it was a nice hike.
It was a very nice one. There wasn't much to look at this time because we were in the woods.
Dude, and what's crazy is like we did the hike. I got home, took a shower. I did something else here, had to take a shower again because I got sweaty, like just working outside. It was just like the most exhausting day physically.
Arnar.
I know.
Let's see. Oh, a U.S. shoe, according to Google's AI, a U.S. shoe size of 18 is a size 16 in the U.K. So it sounds like they scaled down.
Oh,
wait, hold on. So size 18 US equals a 55 European and a 17.5 UK. Well,
Google AI is confused.
Did it give us an average of sizes? But apparently, yeah. Can I get a size 55, please? Like, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
We don't even, sir. Would you like a barge? We can sell you a barge for your foot.
We can just wrap a tarp around him and tape it on. That's the best we're gonna get here.
We could cut a tire in half and just kind of strap it to your foot.
But yeah, we had that on Sunday, and then my roof got done yesterday.
Oh yeah. A couple episodes ago, everybody. Sounds like we went through not Hurricane Helen, but there was a previous hurricane that really screwed the pooch on the roof situation over here for him this year, and mine was last year. So that's super cool.
Yeah, but we got my roof done, and dude, what's crazy? They got here at 6:15 in the morning.
Oh yeah, those dudes are no joke.
Yeah, so they start getting up there and taking everything off, and then and most of the day they're just banging away, and it's okay, I get it. At one point, like,
you were here while this happening?
Was here. Yeah, I was here with Thanos. I didn't want to leave him, but at one point I had work to do, and I couldn't handle him and his like anxiety from it and the people. So I left and went to Starbucks, got a drink, one of the apple latte oat milk thing. It was so good.
You mean you didn't get a pumpkin spice?
I wanted to try something different.
Bitch.
Hey man, I'll get
anyhow.
But yeah, so then I got home and they're still doing it, and I hear this like super aggressive knocking. I'm like, is somebody actually here? And then my ring cam thing goes up. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, so someone's knocking on the door.
Yeah, so I look at the camera. I can't really see who it is. And I go down, and then there's somebody looking in the front glass like of the door, looking into my house.
Like this? Yeah, okay.
And I open the door, and it's a sheriff.
Uh-oh.
He's like,
you got a permit?
No. He's like, hey, you good? I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm good. He's like, we had a 911 hang up here. Oh,
what?
So like I got my phone out and I looked and I showed him my recents. I'm like, no, it wasn't from me. He's like, no, maybe it was somebody else who was working here. Because there was like 10 or 15 people working here.
They had a whole crew.
Yeah. Yep. So then he's like, but you're good though? I'm like, oh yeah. And then he's like, is the dog good? Because I had Thanos like up here and you just hear him barking his head off. I'm like, you might be a little irritated, but like, yeah, we're all good. He goes, okay, cool. And then he just walked away.
Interesting.
I was like, didn't expect that. I was like trying to fall asleep. And,
you were going to fall asleep while these dudes were banging on the roof, and you were going to fall asleep up here?
I dropped Reed off at school at 7:15. I came home and I slept till 9.
With those guys banging on the roof?
Yep.
Brother. I wish I could sleep that heavy.
When you're tired, you know?
Do agree. Wish I could sleep that heavy.
Yeah.
My dad, speaking of heavy sleepers, my dad has slept through a tree falling on our house.
I can just imagine it, like wakes up in the morning, big yawn, and gets out of bed, walks into the hallway.
There's just branches.
And then just like looks in the kitchen and there's just a tree through there and there's branches everywhere. And he's like,
in his defense, it fell on the other side of the house and landed on the car, but it did hit the garage, but it did technically hit our house. But it is a very funny story to say like, oh yeah, my dad just slept through a tree hitting the house, which is not wrong. I wish I could be that heavy of sleeper. Did not inherit that trait from him.
Dude, all you have to do is believe.
I'm gonna believe that I sleep harder.
Dude, I told my friend Joe that a long time ago because he was considering growing his beard out. But he didn't have like that good of a beard. He didn't believe that he had that good of a beard. I'm like, dude, you just got to believe.
Joe does have a pretty cool beard.
He does. And he grew it out because of me.
I wish I had a beard. I wish I could. I've tried. We've tried many.
Don't say wish.
No,
just believe.
We have tried.
Just believe.
We have believed. We've been friends for almost 15 years, right? 15 years.
Yeah.
We know that I cannot grow a beard. I've tried multiple times. I have done Octobeard, Novembeard, and Decembeard. All consecutively, 3 months of not shaving, and I look homeless. It does not grow. It just does not grow.
And then I do this.
You just flex and your beard grows. It's disgusting. It's not fair.
I'm grateful for my beard.
Yeah, and then this is why I don't have hair on my head. Because like I said, I can't. I just can't grow hair.
Boy, this is why I have a hat on tonight.
Yeah. That's why we always have hats on at this podcast.
My goodness, what in the world? I can't wait to wear this hat in the Highlands and like
When your
it'd
ears
be
are going to be so warm.
like 50 degrees outside. Oh, I'm so excited for that, dude.
Let's see. So what, do you have anything for tonight? I've got I've got some stuff.
I have one more.
Nothing really good.
I have one more. Let me pull it up here real quick.
Certainly. Have at it. How's everybody doing out there in podcast land? Leave us a comment down below. Tell us what you're excited for Halloween. What are you dressing up for as Halloween? What should we dress up for as Halloween? Or as Halloween? For Halloween. Halloween's on a Thursday this year, so I think we're just going to drop our regular episode on Wednesday, and then you can watch that and then go trick-or-treat with your family next day.
Yeah. That's
Do we know what time trick-or-treat is here?
No.
No? Noted.
Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. So, okay. Remember how we, 2 weeks ago talked about the wild Nutter
yeah. The weird TikTok account for Nutter Butter.
Account? You know who else got in the game?
Arnar. Now what?
Domino's Pizza.
Fuck. Okay. I'm here for it. I love me some pizza. Weird pizza. What the hell?
Just look at the image first.
What the hell? What is that? Is that supposed to be a pasta noodle?
It kind of looks like it.
It very much looks like a pasta noodle. What is on his badge? Oh, it's him. It has to be. He's holding a bowl of Alfredo.
Oh yeah. It
has to be a pasta noodle.
He's holding a pasta noodle. But the page description says 5 cheese mac and cheese so good it became sentient.
So he's okay. So that's mac and
Spooky
cheese.
season has begun.
So it's a pasta noodle wearing a little witch hat with a little pumpkin bucket. That's hilarious.
And then,
September 30th versus October 1st. Me.
Yeah, and then let me see if I can find the one from the other day.
I am so excited to see the boomers sort of like phase out of like running things. Like it's going to start very, very slow and very small. But like when our generation and Gen Alpha and the Gen Beta kids, which do you realize the Beta kids, the Gen Beta are being born this year.
Oh,
isn't that just like what? Hold on. Wait. Anyhow, so like yeah, when millennials and the Gen Alphas are like in power or at least in the marketing departments, and we get to like make weird shit.
And I feel like we're getting to that point where the older generation is hiring people like the ones who tried to name the boat Bodie McBoatface.
Bodie McBoatface.
Because this post from Domino's says, "Dear Diary, if I'm a penne noodle, why did my parents name me Mac? Love, Mac. P.S. Who are my parents?" And this is the picture.
The existentialism on the noodle's face.
It's just so...
Look at how genuinely concerned this pasta noodle looks over here. Like he is just... Despair. He is going through some shit right now. That man is on the verge of contemplating his pasta existence.
Dude, they're so...
He's just going to hurl himself into a pot of boiling water and just never come back.
This other post. Them, do you remember the 21st night of September? Me, mouthful of pizza, barely know her. What? What?
Do you remember the 21st of September? You know that's what that's from, right?
No. I know the song, but...
That's my best copyright-free version of that song, so everybody knows what song I was singing there. I mean, if you don't know what song I'm singing, that's honestly on you.
It's pretty good. I just...
Dancing in September, something cloudy day.
I just can't get over the marketing from these companies right now. They're almost as good as Jim's rendition of September. By
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Hey, yeah. I actually knew that one, and I can't wait for the fact checker to be like, "Oh, you actually got that one right."
Wow.
Actually. Sorry.
Does he wear glasses?
Yeah, actually, he does.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
he
for real does.
Well, that works. That pantomime of the glass pushing a glass room.
Actually,
Factually?
so I'm sure by now, because of course we're always a couple weeks late on stories, you guys have heard the updates on the P. Diddy thing that we talked about recently, right?
Holy, dude.
And
So
the 1,000 bottles of lube or baby oil that they found at his place. And then his lawyer was like, oh, Americans buy in bulk. We all know that. As if he's like trying to play it off that 1,000 bottles of baby oil is just like normal.
they're like, hey, you buy it from Costco.
Yeah, and then Costco was like, the fuck he did.
Yeah, we don't sell it like that.
Yeah, we don't fucking sell it like that.
You leave us out of your mouth.
Yeah, right. Here it is. I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was a lot. I mean, there is a Costco right down the street. I think Americans buy in bulk, as we know. That was a quote from his lawyer, which is just like the most blanket sort of like, nah, that's not right. Like, we all know Americans buy in bulk, which we do. We all do. We should.
I don't. I buy at Aldi.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Cheap shit is still good shit, man.
Dude, all I'm saying is I got dish pods for $3.99 and they work great.
How many did you get though?
Like 18.
For $3.99?
Yeah. And they work great. Not a single speck.
Now I'm trying to think of how many I get when I buy the big box at Sam's Club.
Aldi is changing my life right now.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, Aldi's is the move. I've told you about the gluten-free chicken there. That shit slaps so hard. The gluten-free breaded chicken from Aldi's.
I forgot you meant bread. I thought you were just talking about a chicken that's gluten-free. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
it's just-
yes.
yeah.
It's literally meat.
Yeah, the gluten-free chicken, man. No, it's gluten-free breaded frozen chicken, and then it comes with, I think, like a General Tso's sauce, and you make it, and then we just add it on to white rice that we make in the
I might
Instant
have
Pot.
to do that. I mean, it's like this is like my this is my gluten-free water.
Is that like gluten-free lap dances? Because that's the strip club I want to go to. For real though, if Diddy does get convicted on all of his charges, brother's looking at 15 years, which honestly,
That's it?
Not that much. That's like for the hundreds of counts of like predatory things that he's being like accused of, not looking good. And also 15, that doesn't seem like enough.
He can live through that.
Yeah,
he
right.
Won't,
like
he won't. But
well, 54. So hypothetically, he would be 69. Nice. When he got out. So I mean, like,
yeah, but
really?
like there was kids involved.
Oh yeah, no, dude, for real.
He'll die in prison.
I'm not going to say he should, but he should go to jail for longer because what he did was wrong.
Right. But everyone knows from movies and TV and docuseries about living in prison.
Oh yeah.
If you
diddle a kid,
if you diddle kids, they're gonna
diddle you and then diddle you pretty hard.
Until you are,
non-diddleable.
Dimma dead.
I do think we as a collective owe Justin Bieber an apology for being kind of a dick to him. Because, like, homeboy was going through some shit. And we didn't know it at the time. Same thing with, like, the Drake Bell thing, right? Like, everyone's like, oh, Drake Bell, he's kind of an ass. He's kind of a dick. Well, we didn't know what was going on. Kind of had a reason.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
don't suffer in silence. Say things. Right?
It's easy to say from the outside.
Sure.
We don't know.
I guess when they say, like, oh, maybe your career is on the line if you say something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Bro, if he
like,
speaks up and, like, loses a record label and, like, we don't ever get Baby. We don't ever get Peaches. We don't ever get...
My life would be unaffected by that change.
Peaches is kind of a banger.
All I'm saying is, like, if something like that is happening, it's not worth a record deal or a job in a movie or like any of the, you know what I mean? Like it is you, it's your life.
Do agree. Agree. But
I understand that they probably get put in some crazy situations and that's why people go years without saying things.
Right. It is easy to keyboard warrior and it's easy to couch coach and it's easy to talk a whole bunch of shit like we know what the fuck was going on from this side of the camera when we were not over there. But I do agree. I've
never been invited to a Diddy party.
I have also never been to a Diddy party.
A Diddy diddle party?
I have never gotten diddled by Diddy at one of Diddy's diddle or Diddy.
Did you? I don't know if it was like an actual post or not, but I saw it was a thing from what's his name, Lil Nas X. He was like, "Why didn't I get invited?"
He's like, that's kind of like right up my alley. Like, sign me up. I don't know. That's a joke.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is pretty funny.
Well, that's what he was insinuating from the post.
That is pretty
like,
funny.
I meet all the qualifications. But
I'm kind of into that shit.
It's just, I saw some posts about that whole thing coming out. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and then speaking of other celebrities that are also now getting into some hot water, did you hear the recent bullshittery with Mr. Beast?
Recent? No.
So yeah, recently, him and Amazon kind of got together to do some sort of like Mr. Beast game show. Very similar, I think, in terms of like the Squid Games, where it was like 100 contestants. You go through the challenges, you progress. The longer you stay on, the more that you win, yada, yada, yada. Well, they like had all these people stay on set. Like, I think it was, I probably should have done a little bit more research, but I think it was some sort of like big congregation, or they had them like staying in hotels that were very close by to where they were filming, but they were like very low quality living facilities. And like there was lots of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like amenities that were not provided. Mm-hmm. A lot of the contestants who are, speaking up about this are contestants who needed daily medication, or maybe had some sort of like, what's the word not a disability, but like an arrangement that they needed special accessibilities, and they weren't provided. And so like some of these people got really sick because, again, they weren't getting their daily medication because of the filming schedule and things like that. And Amazon is taking a lot of flack for it. Mr. Beast is taking a lot of flack for it. And for those of you who don't know, Mr. Beast is like literally the #1 most popular YouTuber. He's got like 18 bajillion subscribers. Speaking of subscribers, you should hit that subscribe button right next to us. See if we could if you could get us to catch up to Mr. Beast, we'll put on these really cool game shows, and we won't do the bad stuff that he did. And that is a gym money back guarantee. I'm trying to like skim this article, but yeah, I read over it like a week and a half ago, and then we got sidetracked.
I guess I'd be curious to read it, because I know from a lot of the stuff that he's done, like in some of his other videos that he just puts on for himself on YouTube and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like he does like the right thing most of the times for like taking care of people and contestants and all that kind of stuff. But like,
we thought.
So
we thought.
But I guess that's like one of the things with like partnering with someone like Amazon or some other company where like there's other production crews and stuff involved. It's not just him,
Right,
so like
someone else probably dropped the ball, and he, just being the leader of the whole thing, has to take the flack for it.
Yeah, him and Amazon,
You would hope that someone would not actively, go out of their way to make these people's lives inconvenient. But because he's the boss man, like, oh, hey, Tim over in scheduling forgot to give Brenda her daily medicine and she got sick, which is unfortunate. We're not siding with anybody. But like, that's Tim's fault. It's not Mr. Beast's fault. However, because he's boss, it's his fault.
Right.
By proxy.
I would find it hard to believe that somebody who literally spends most of their profits from YouTube on making more YouTube videos, and the one where he like cured blindness, helped people, cure like their hearing loss.
Yep.
Providing water in like wells and stuff in Africa and like other countries, and it's like he's definitely a philanthropist, right? And he's doing a lot of good things, and he seems like a pretty down to earth dude from like interviews and stuff. He's a smart guy. I don't see him personally neglecting people, but like you said,
we don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
We don't. But him being big boss man,
Yeah, you got to take the flack. I mean, it's your name on the banner, it's your name on the video. If anything goes wrong, by proxy, it's your fault.
Sure.
But so it just really goes to show sometimes how the mighty fall. We put these celebrities pretty high up on a pedestal, and we're like, oh my God, they're like gods, and they're like the best people ever on planet. And then, an expose comes out 15 years later, and you're like, oh shit, that dude was actually like a big piece of shit. Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah, look at Diddy. People liked him for the longest time, and now look.
Yep.
He's like the modern day Bill Cosby.
What was that thing you sent me? The thing you sent me on Facebook the other day.
This shirt.
It was Cosby, it was Diddy, it was Drake, and it was somebody else. And I don't remember who it was. And it said the founding fondlers. Oh, I had a good chuckle at
so
that
good,
one.
dude.
And they were like in these like regal outfits, and they were like posed all very, stupendiously,
like 17th
and then
century,
like
dude, it was. I saw it. I'm like, oh boy, this is good.
the founding fondlers.
This is
Man,
real
that
good.
That was a good one.
Yeah, man.
What else is going on in pop culture recently? Anything fun we can talk about?
Ooh, let's see.
Because like all my articles are just kind of like boring news shit. I mean, I could talk about them if we want to.
Well, let's throw one more up. Let's see what we got.
You? Okay, I have a very strange one. Do you remember? Do you remember when the Timothée Chalamet Wonka movie came out most recently? It's like the most recent version. Yeah. Do you recall the super duper failed Fire Festival Wonka experience? It wasn't Firefest. I'm making a joke. But it was called the Wonka experience, and it was like this big event that someone had like was hosting, and they were going to have like real little people there cosplaying as Oompa Loompas, and there was supposed to be this whole big, we were going to have candy everywhere, and there's this big Wonka Wonderland, and you're going to come, and we're charging money. It's going to be great. And it turned out to be like this huge fucking scam. And everyone should have seen it coming because all of the promotional images were AI generated, and like shit was spelled wrong. The syntax of the sentences was like wrong, of like, come on down. And it was like, come down on by. And it was like, it's not how you would phrase that if this was not like an AI generated image. So anyhow, that happened. And then have you or Taylor, do you know of the show Bridgerton? I believe it's on Netflix.
She watches it.
I have not watched it. I think Megan has seen a or two episodes, but apparently there was supposed to be a Bridgerton ball, and people were paying $300 for tickets to this Bridgerton ball, and it was supposed to be this big fancy, like it was going to be like the Great Gatsby of like our generation or like our decade or whatever, right? These people spent $300 on these tickets. They roll up in like these super nice gowns, and like there's like this big thing. And so there was supposed to be live music at this event. It was one single violin player.
Oh.
There was the backdrops for like the photo opportunities and things like that, where plastic like sheets from like Party City that were just like hung up on the wall.
Feel like some people got ripped off, Jim.
The dancing, there was supposed to be lots of dancing. One individual stripper doing pole dancing like lessons. Apparently the food had run out after 1 hour, and some of it wasn't even cooked. It says that there was no one there to pick up the plates. So once other people were done eating at the table and got up and walked away, you sat down and their shit was still on the table. So I'm just reading all this off a Twitter thread. We will, of course, provide a link in the show notes for you to go take a look at this.
That's wild.
But it was people got rightfully pissed about this. And it was like, how did you, after the Wonka thing, did we really think that this was going to go off without a hitch? Like, I'm just trying to see what other shenanigans. Oh, besides the lackluster event, they promised a cash prize to the best dressed. That didn't happen. They said that they would choose a diamond of the season, like they do in the show. That didn't happen. And then these people are like, call me gullible. I know it was my fault. I shouldn't have signed up, but I really wanted to enjoy this. I hope this ends in a lawsuit because I want my $300 back. I got medical bills to pay, and that could have gone towards something that wasn't this. And it's like,
maybe you shouldn't have bought that ticket if you had bills to pay.
Do agree.
Also, payment plans, like $25 a month.
Yeah, right. Can I get a buy now, pay later?
Heal me now, pay you later.
Oh man, so yeah, that was something that a couple of the content creators that I watch on the internet had covered, and I had to look into it to see just how goofy this was myself. Sure enough, man, failed Bridgerton ball.
It's almost like a lot of those like special event type things. They seem
cash
too
grabs.
good to be true, and it's like
Right.
at this point,
We should know better to
people
fall for shit
really
like this.
should know better.
Especially after the hot mess express that was Firefest.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Wow. For those of you who don't know what Firefest is, you should definitely go do a YouTube dive and look up the many documented video essays about it. But I'll give you a TLDW, too long didn't watch. Long story short, this dude promises this big ass festival on some, I don't know, island. And you can buy these like expensive ass tents to sleep in. And it's going to be 3 days of nonstop music performances. And like everybody gets on these boats and drives out to the island, or they fly out to the island. And then they get there and it's like a tent. And it's like thousands of people. And then like they didn't have like the permits or some shit like that. And like these people weren't supposed to be there. So then they were like sleeping on the ground in the middle of like this island and like out in the sun. People are starting to dehydrate. There's no food. There's no water. The airports are closed. There's like, it was a complete and total fucking shit show. And so it was just one of those things that like after Firefest, you should be skeptical of everything.
Well, it was the same thing with that When We Were Young Fest.
The original one.
The original one, because everyone was like, there were bands who were saying like, we didn't even know we were playing this.
Yeah.
Like, what a way to get bands to play a show. Build a lot of hype around it, put their name on it, and they're like, well, I guess we're free. Let's do it.
Shit, so let's go. But then the actual When We Were Young Fest did actually happen.
But then it got canceled because of rain and storms.
Wind. The first day got canceled.
Yeah. Well,
in their defense, though, there was a video of another concert venue in Vegas, I think, but there was a high wind advisory, and then the stage did actually fucking collapse. So, like, justifiably, it is unfortunate. And that was me, 3 weeks ago? I'm on my way to a show, and it got fucking canceled an hour before the gates opened. So, like, I feel for the people who flew all the way out to Vegas for the show to get canceled. You're pissed, rightfully so. But would you rather die by a stage? You really want a speaker monitor falling on you and crushing you? Because you know the bitches is heavy.
Yeah. You would hate to have something heavy following you at a concert.
Yeah, Jason, like that time you dropped that chick on my head because she was crowd surfing. I didn't know it was happening. And you're like, Jim, catch. Yeet.
She should not have been crowd surfing.
Girl was a little gravitationally challenged, and she should not have been that high off the ground.
But also, like, why go towards the tallest person? I don't want.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like catch you.
I'm not gonna pick you up. I don't know what I mean, but like, and I love how I just said that, and you knew immediately what I was referring to.
What is it? What did I say earlier? 15 years of friendship. How could I forget?
I know. It's one of those core memories, like locked away.
Yeah, I'll never forget the time he dropped a chick on me. That was insane.
It was so good.
Ooh, speaking of holidays coming up. We weren't speaking about holidays coming up. But I did just see one of these articles that I had saved here. Dude, North Carolina theme park Santa arrested for sexually abusing 2 young girls.
Santa.
Ouch. Santa, brother, what are you doing? Brother. A Santa Claus impersonator at a North Carolina theme park allegedly, of course, sexually abused 2 young girls over the course of a year at his home. I did not read enough of this article.
Bro got a Cliff Notes earlier and was like, wow.
Well, yeah, I read your little goofy AI synopsis, and it did not include that phrase.
AI's like, man, diddling kids. We don't include that.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Arrested the 78-year-old on charges including aggravated sexual abuse, abusive sexual contact, offensive touching, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Plays Old St. Nick at Santa's Land Fun Park and Zoo in Cherokee, North Carolina.
Well, that guy's a piece of shit, huh?
Allegedly. 2 year girls, one of 5-year-old and 6. No. One of which was 5 and 6, while the how can one be 5 and 6
over the year? Maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah, fine. So 5 years old and 6 years old between March of 23 and March of 24. He allegedly performed oral sex and digitally What is digitally penetrated them? How does one digitally penetrate somebody? You're reading that because I didn't mess that up. It's like kind of right here in the center.
Yeah, I
don't
know, but being a father of a 6-year-old kid, if anybody did anything to my kid, I would kill you.
But just come pick me up. I'll come with you.
Yeah.
So again,
dude, I couldn't even imagine. Like every time you see those movies and TV shows of something happens to a kid and then the parents are just like yelling at the person who did it in court, and it's like, oh, they just got like 10 years. And it's like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? It's like, I would find any way possible to get my hands on that person.
Oh yeah.
You know
just
what I mean?
Like wait until after it's over and then just go after them.
Yeah. Walking down the courthouse steps outside, right?
Dude, you remember, have you ever seen the video of that guy? Okay. This is, I mean, some of the older folks will understand where I'm going with this. Some of the younger folks may not know this story, but this is a true story. There was a court case where a guy molests a little girl and he appears in court, gets sentenced. The father of the girl feels that it was not justifiable and wasn't enough time. And this dude, I don't know, like pretends to be on, this is way back when we had payphones. So that'll tell you how far back this was. This dude's like pretending to be on the phone at the same place that they're like escorting the guy out of the courtroom or out of the police station, whatever. And like the news cameras are there and they're like trying, give us your opinion, blah, blah. Like when they like, no comment. And they're like swimming through the paparazzi. This dude fucking turns around and shoots the guy with a gun, like on fucking TV. It was fucking insane.
Well,
so wholeheartedly support. Do agree. Kill your local pedophile. What? Did I say anything wrong? That's what I thought. Anyhow, so this episode has taken quite the turn.
Seasonal depression's kicking in hard.
We started talking about Pokemon and card shop games, and now we're talking about killing pedophiles. PDF files. In GTA 6, of course.
In GTA 6.
Yeah. Where you can download PDF files in GTA 6 and apparently you can just murder Santa for, he reached in his sack and was just digitally penetrating girls. I don't even know what that means. Of course, links will be in the show notes if you want to read over these articles and see how bad we are at journalistic approaches to reading things we find on the internet. We just like to tell funny stories about sad shit we read happening in real life. Welcome to the Midwest Sad Boys podcast.
Yeah, journalistic integrity, top notch.
Fucking out the window.
Journalistic ability,
I took an ethics course. I know, when I should. I shouldn't say I know. I try to be respectful. Sometimes.
Good enough.
You just get Baja blasted, That was not one of my prouder moments.
Dude, I support the comment. Not the action, but the comment. Anyway, thank you so much. Let's wrap this up. For joining us on episode 73.
I got you, boo-boo.
Oh, man. For your midweek Sad Boy update. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you've been enjoying all the episodes. Hope you liked the rebranding. If you didn't catch it last week, you caught this week's. Yeah.
I will say I did get to watch the first, I don't know, probably 10, 15 minutes of this week's episode. And dude, I got to see it on the big screen, not just like my phone. When you you sent me a video, I'm like, oh, that looks great. I got to see it on my big TV. Holy shit, dude. The new intro looks so good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
You are killing it, bro. Seriously, folks, if you see, any of the graphics or the backgrounds behind where my hands are waving right now, just anything on our socials and shit like that, it's all thanks to this dude. I legitimately just show up once a week and say funny shit with my friend, and he does all the other work. So the Midwest Sad Boys podcast would not exist without him, in all honesty. So big shout outs to you, Brohanosaurus Rex.
I appreciate you. It's definitely a 50-50 though.
So if you out there in podcast land, if you want to start your own podcast and you want super dope graphics and images and clickable buttons that direct people to your socials, which you should definitely click right here, subscribe, like, share, follow, all those buttons. If you are thinking about starting anything in content creation, slide in your boy's DMs. He might read them. He reads the DMs way more than he reads his text messages, so you're more likely to get a hold of him.
That's also a lie, but
you can email him,
Honestly, I do check email every day.
Email. There you go. Email him, slide in his inbox, and just say, hey, I want to get in content creation. Help me.
What do?
What do? Help do. Help me do. What do? He's got you. And if you use code 2FISTUP to check out, maybe I'll help too.
I just want someone to use that code.
I know, right? Just anybody, somebody.
Yeah, if you're shopping at Target and ask for a promotional code, 2FISTUP. It won't work, but you never know.
What if it does? Though?
One day.
It might.
I'm going to start using it anytime I'm like checkout. It's like, got a promo code? I do have a promo code. Let me see. 2FISTUP. This promo code's invalid. Maybe next time. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had a great time like we did. What music vibe are we feeling? Did you like the banjos last week?
I told you I listened to the first 15 minutes, not the last 15 minutes.
The music at the end, honestly, I'd listen to it.
Last week's episode?
Windows down, driving, I'd listen to it.
I know what I'm listening to when I roll out here tonight. I'm gonna check out the tunes on the last.
It's good.
Can we get some spooky sort of like vibey Halloween?
Oh, getting ready for some Halloween. Let's do it.
Maybe like what was I listening to? Spotify hit me with their Spooktober playlist.
Spooktober.
And I've been trying to not listen to the same 10 songs that I listen to all the time at work. Like you can only listen to music, the same songs over and over and over and over and over until you're honestly just tired of them. So I've been trying to expand my musical horizons, and I've been letting Spotify just feed me playlists of bands I don't know. And they hit me with this one called Misfits 2.0. Highly recommend. It was a pretty cool, sort of like alt rock, heavy, sort of rocky, grimy, sort of grungy, Halloween-y vibe. Lots of like, just spooky stuff. And it was very nice to listen to. So I've been in that mood lately.
Spooky music it is. Oh,
Let's
wait, do you hear that? Do you hear it coming in right there?
Oh, hi.
Oh.
Whew. Got a little scared there for a second.
Yeah, I thought
that spook music got me.
Came right behind you like Diddy would.
I thought something was coming up the stairs in all honesty.
But yeah, there it is. Thank you so much, everybody, again, for joining us. If you haven't already, please follow, like, subscribe, all the fun things. Jimmy, you want to lead us out of this one?
Certainly. This has been your midweek Sad Boy update. As always, we appreciate you being here, tuning in multiple times. First time, doesn't matter. Thanks for being here. We truly do appreciate you taking 1 hour out of your day to listen to us say absolutely ridiculous shit on the internet.
Yeah.
It does not go unnoticed. Truly, genuinely, from the bottom of our hearts, we do appreciate you being here. As always, I am Jim.
And I'm Jason.
We are the Midwest Sad Boys, and this has been episode 73. Come back next week for episode 74, where we will have random other shit to say from the internet that we have accumulated over the week.
It's true.
And enjoy the spooky music as we outro this episode. Of course, as always, stay sad, y'all. Bye. Oh, God.
Oh, you hear that spooky music?
Oh,
my God.
Bye, everyone. See you next week. Bye.